studios. Let me quickly introduce my partners here here with me in the Lagos studio to you, Samuel. Gogo Samuel.
Yes.
I hope I got your name right.
Yes,
okay. I was a bit nervous. I thought I missed it. And Cosmos Chukwemeka as well. It's good to have you both with me today. A lot to talk about.
Yes,
I'm very sure you're listening in to the conversation we're having with the technical director of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. We're going to talk more about some of the things that he said. Guys, let's continue from where we left off. Let me start with you, Gogo. You heard him, heard everything he said.
Yeah.
It's laid to rest some of the issues. Whether or not it's satisfactory is another thing entirely. But you've got both sides now. What the athlete had to say, what the technical director had to say, and the outlook for the Commonwealth Games and the World Indoors as well.
Well, it's been great. I've been training section, and like the other lady said, training is very important. And when you don't train, you don't win medals.
Yeah, true.
But like for the Sheyi issue,
Ogbolo, yeah.
I felt a white card would have been possible for him because Jamaican did it for Usain Bolt at that time. He wasn't able to go into the trials, but then they knew one of our best athletes going into the Olympics, and then they gave him the white card. I felt they should have done that for him. He's been training very hard for this coming. He came down to Nigeria even before the athletes came to camp, and he's training very hard. So I felt,
in your opinion,
in my opinion, the white card would have been obliged him.
Cosmos?
Well, it's good to hear from both sides of an issue. I mean, it's a fallacy of a conclusion when you just conclude listening from one side. On radio this morning, of course, we had the reasons for Sheyi Ogulewe's decision not to run in the final. In the finals, he actually won the other races. In fact, in the semi-finals, he ran and had the personal best for the season. And you want to think that for that kind of person, 3 times national champion, he should have been there. But then, Sunday Adeleye coming out. Sunday Adeleye, in case you do not know, is a former Nigerian athlete as well, was in Koja 2003, one of the best in Koja 2003, won medals at the time as well. You explaining everything and given the fact that there was time for it. Now, it was said actually, Sheyi Ogulewe said 30 minutes. It was 35 minutes. It was too low. But then he came out to say it was 1 hour, 25 minutes or so. So, as I said, different talks.
I really don't want us to dwell too much.
That's the thing. Yeah. But then, on the other issue, I feel that from what he has said, it seems Nigeria is kind of, and I actually followed the Commonwealth trials as well. Got some information from some of our colleagues that were in Abuja at the time. And I feel that Nigeria is actually on the right path in terms of preparation. Whether this right path will bring in medals is something we do not know.
Yeah.
But then it's a good thing that Nigeria is starting well, and we just want the federation to make sure that they just get their acts together so that we'll stop having this kind of distractions, while we should be preparing for competitions.
Yeah.
We have good goalkeepers. What is unfortunately the problem is the sickness of Kalik Peme. He will not be fit, I think, for the World Cup. But I hope that he will be fit to make the kick-off in our friendly on the 2nd of June in London. And he will be with us because he brought us on the right way for the World Cup. In the first game in Zambia, if you remember, he was fantastic. And he brought us with this victory on the right way. So we are working very much on the goalkeeper question. We found a local player, Zenwa, who did very well. Actually, he's injured, but he's working very much with our medical staff to become fit again. We have a young goalkeeper who did very well in second half in Argentina, against Argentina. This one actually is trained by our goalkeeper assistant, Enrico Pionetti, in La Coruña to see how he's working, if he's fit, and he's playing in the second team of La Coruña, so we know what he's doing. We have still Akpei, we have still Dele Alampasu, we have still the possibility to have a look on everybody, but they have to play. A goalkeeper who's not playing cannot play in national team.
All right, Gennaro Rowe having his say on what some people consider the troublesome part. I didn't want to use that word, but trouble spot in the team. A lot of decisions to be made, whether or not Ezenwa is going to be number one at the World Cup, whether the youngster in Spain would be given the chance to be in goal. A whole lot of issues. But he's been talking about the goalkeeper. But let me even start by saying, do you think we have a goalkeeping crisis?
We do.
We do.
We do. We do. We have Christian Ozal, who is inexperienced, 18 years old, who keep for second division side at Deportivo La Corona, and Ezenwa play for the Nigerian MPFL side, and many are not very convinced about his ability in goal, not being able to command his defense line very well. The young Ozal did very well in the second half against Argentina. I do feel Ganora has made up his mind with Christian Ozal, because if he has sent a coach to train him, it means he's tilting his mind towards Ozal. But I do feel all the goalkeepers were given the same opportunity in the friendlies and see who comes out the best.
Cosmos, which goalkeepers? We listen to Ganora, but if you were given a chance, if you had a say, which goalkeepers would be under consideration now?
Under consideration now?
How many?
Well, of course, certainly. If I had a say, I'll try and convince Vincent Yama to come back. Now, if I have a say, that is my opinion, because I think there was this news about Gianluigi Buffon coming back as the goalkeeper of Italy. Actually retired after they lost out in the World Cup against Sweden, and coming back at the age of 40, still at the top level, and you want to, that story, that moment of old wine in the new bottle, you understand, still very, very sweet, still very agile. And I felt that Vincent Yama, for me, who has been the most consistent Nigerian goalkeeper in history, check it out. From history, he has gone over 10 years, keeping at the top level for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
If that is not possible.
But it's not possible. But as it is, Francis Uzoho actually impressed me against Argentina. Fine. Has a bit of reflex problem, especially at the ground part of the goalkeeping. But then, for him to send Peniati to Deportivo La Corona to train with him for a month, that shows that there's a bit of trust there. Then, of course, certainly the Nigerian goalkeeper that Ikechukwu Ezenwa as well fits the bill because of his exploit, especially in that second leg against Cameroon. He made some breathtaking save that you would want to think he should be there as well. Daniel Akpeyi, for me, is actually a very good goalkeeper, but then I wouldn't, that trust is not there. And of course, there's another Nigerian that is actually at the top level right now, keeping week in, week out in the Israeli league. But then, because of his mistake in the World Cup qualifier for Equatorial Guinea 2012, he's not been able to be called up. And that Nations Cup qualifier, and that is Dele Ayenuba. Okay. He's keeping at the top level. I mean, he has gone like 6 matches.
Cosmos, I asked you if you had a say.
If I had a say, yeah.
All of us, we don't really have a say. But we wish the Super Eagles all the best. General is the man paid to take those decisions, and we expect that he will take the right decisions. If you put the word out on the street, people will have different opinions. Some will even say, why not put Dele Ajiboye in the mix? So we will not end this discussion if we decide to continue, but we trust the manager is going to make the right decision. Of course, the manager, said a lot of things, and let's listen to him again, talking about the Super Eagles now. Earlier, I talked about the goalkeepers, but now talking about the Super Eagles, chances at the World Cup, what we, the fans, should expect from the team when they get to Russia.
When you want to dream and you have the right to dream, you can say that we can win. Everybody can win. But if you are realistic, we are number 52 in FIFA ranking. It would be a wonderful surprise if Nigeria could come already until the quarter or semi-final and to the final. But let's dream and let's hope to do the best. We have seen a good Cham team already in Morocco going to the final. It was a big surprise, but it was not the same level. But in the World Cup, we have in our group teams who are number 4 in the world, number 8, number 14, and we are number 52. So we have to be realistic, and to say it will be very difficult.
Reminding us our position. So if you think that we're going to go to the World Cup and win, it's saying, look, it can happen, but tone down your expectation. Nigeria can do it, but look, we're coming up against teams high up in the FIFA ranking. Some teams that have won the World Cup twice, some doing well. Some not much known about them, but can be dangerous. Euro 2016, told us that. But the coach there, turning down our expectations.
He was right.
Yeah,
he was right. It's a young team. Super Eagles team is a very young team. We should lower expectations. Really, my expectation is for us to get out of the group first. Then any other thing we get from that is a bonus, because Croatia are not a push aside. Argentina are a world-class team, and Iceland with last year, but who knows the Super Eagles very well, is not a pushover. So if we get out of the group, it's a bonus for us. Any other thing we get from then on is a bonus as I'm concerned. But let us just get out of the group.
All right. You think the coach is probably trying to play mind games, get us off its back? A lot of people already say quarterfinal, and you can understand three African countries have been at the quarterfinal, and Asian team already got to the semi-final. So it's not too big to begin to ask. Senegal did it, Cameroon did it, Ghana did it. So, but then he's telling us, take it easy.
I mean, it's been realistic. The fact that Nigeria, is a young team. Many of these players have not gone to the World Cup, apart from maybe one or two that have not been to the World Cup. So it's a very young team. For me, I just feel that let's be realistic, and hopefully Nigeria would do well at the World Cup.